Hello everybody and welcome to this furniture design tutorial in which I'm going to show you how easy it is in Shapr3D to take a pretty boring rectangular sketch and then create an interesting exploration of how an office table could look like. As you can see, we cover different topics, alignment, putting sheets together, creating actually interesting looking metal legs. And then also we'll go into tubular legs, more complicated tubular legs. And then we finish with a more refined mid-century like wooden table. And obviously at the end, we're going to put everything into the Visu to add materials and then explore actually how this whole series could look like. Oh, I would say that's pretty fun. Okay, let's do it. Before we get started, let's make sure snapping is on. We are in inches. Let's go to the front view. I move this one down, go to sketch, and I will start with the rectangle center. On the z-axis, that's where I will start. I will click and then drag a rectangle out. 1.5 inches for the board thickness, tab, 64 inches for the board width, and enter. Press escape. We can select the top edge. That's basically where the surface of our work surface would be, and select the sketch origin point. And then this dimension here, we would like to be, let's say, around 29 inches, 28 inches. It's based on if this is for an adult or for a kid, teenager or something. Okay, press enter. Now, we do have actually kind of like the position of the height and our tabletop. So we can now select one sketch, drag this one out, and this will be, so 32 should be the combined. So let's say 16 inches. And then we go to history, extrusion, and say symmetric. So now this should be 32, and it is perfect. So there we have actually our generic tabletop. Okay, let's take a look at one of the easiest ways. How can we build now under this actually a nice kind of like construction also out of wood materials? Because the first sketch I created, I would like to keep alone. I'm actually now creating a new sketch. And there I can see actually where this new sketch intersects also with my 3D object. Perfect. So there I click, go down. There's actually the axis. Click, go over, go back up and click. I did this on purpose a little bit crooked just to show you how you don't have to be perfect. This actually can't go down. This can't, or this can go to the side. So let's make this horizontally constrained. This is locked actually onto the z-axis. Perfect. So this one is going to be 1.5. Then we should actually do the same also on the opposite side. There we are. Escape, double click, horizontal, vertical, everything. And I simply make these two lines equal. So this is automatically constrained by this thickness. Beautiful. Cool. Then I can select the sketch profiles, extrude them out to the back of this top board. So I don't even need to specify actually the dimensions or the distance and say symmetry. Thank you. So the problem is that this actually might easily fall apart if we get a lot of force on the left side. So we need a crossboard. Okay, so we go back to the sketch 2. And now here I will draw in another line on top, escape, and a line here below, and escape, escape, select this one, horizontal, vertical, and then I can say, let's say 8 inches. Very good. So this one, there are actually two methods now how we can do this. We can extrude this 1.5 inches divided by 2. Now that's 0.75. Okay, we can hide actually this sketch and this sketch. And then we go to here and say symmetry. Perfect. So this is actually now perfectly sitting inside. And in case I would like this to be more on the back, so when I sit under this table, my legs don't punch against it, I could select this one and then actually simply use the align command and say this one to there. Thank you. Perfect. Cool. Okay. Oh, easy peasy. And there is actually our first table we have. Okay, so we can select all these elements and put them into a folder. There we are. Thank you. And let's move this to the side. Let's say 80 inches. Very good. Thank you. And hide it. I go back to the first sketch, and now I'm going to build this one more time. 16 inches, and we just do the same. Beautiful. Now, in this attempt now, I would like to create actually more a wireframe or something like this. So check this one out. We have this sketch here now. So I can select this and we do something in a similar way. Bring this one over. Thank you. And then symmetry. Thank you. I can hide the sketches. I will select this and round this a little bit. Well, maybe by 1.5 inches if I want to. Okay. Select this one and isolate. And I will select the front and back face. And then let's give this a thickness of, let's say, 0.25 of an inch. Undo, isolate, and then we make a mirror. There we are. Cool. So this is maybe kind of like how we can build a leg that is made out of sheet metal that is banded and then welded together. And then here, there might be some screws to put this together. Very good. We can, because again, this is parametric, adjust actually the dimensions. Maybe quarter-inch is maybe not as strong. This should be a nice and strong piece, half an inch. This actually looks like that it has a good weight. Beautiful. Select everything into a folder. There we are. And I think the first one we did 80, so the next one we do 160. One back. There. Cool. Now there you see we have always these nice distances. Okay, next version there. Oh, we do the same thing. 16 repetition makes you to become very fast at something. And now I would like to figure out how can I create actually a nice, let's say linear construction of square tubes that is kind of like going down here and here, and the corners at the bottom it's connected, and the back, and it's nice and stable. And essentially all we need is a square sketch, which we extrude down. That's kind of like the tubing, and then we just glue all that stuff together. Okay, very good. So I can select this lower surface, go to sketch, there we are. And then I simply diagonal rectangle from this corner, draw something, let's say 2 inches by 2 inches. Very good. Thank you. And then this sketch profile. I would like to sketch, no, not sketch, extrude down to here. Yeah, it should be 27.5 inches, but as a new body. Thank you. Very good. Okay. That's actually quite big. 2 inches might have been a little bit optimistic. What about we go 1.5? Where's the sketch? There it is. There. Um, there. Doesn't allow me to adjust the sketch. Oh, how does this happen? Okay. Let me pause for 1 second. And here I'm back. All I needed to do was actually restart the application and that fixed it. Not sure what that is. There. So in case this happens in your case, just restart the app. Then there, all is good. Beautiful. Okay, very good. So this one, I would like to make a copy and go over, but this edge I would like to align to this edge. Now we use the align command. Thank you. Very good. Then this one, I make a copy and rotate down 90 degrees. And I make one down because this edge goes to this edge and align. Thank you. And then this edge I will align to that edge. Thank you. And then I will select this face and this face and this face and say replace. That should be the target. These are the pieces to move. Click done. There we are. Beautiful. Cool. So number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, double click correctly. So everything is really selected. And then we do a quick mirror command to the other side. Thank you. How do we do the rest? Well, we can use this one. We make a copy, bring this over like this. There we are. And then this one goes to here and align. This will replace face to there. And then we make a copy of this one to go up and say this edge here line up to that edge and align. Done. Perfect. Cool. If we want to, we could also put something in front. That's maybe one option to do. Why should we or could we do this? Well, it simply makes sure that this wooden board over time might not sink down at the center. But only because this is square tubing doesn't mean that metal also has some deformations. But this is something where definitely when we work with the production engineer, they can give us some more input. But as you see, that is actually how easy it is to create a design of a piece of furniture where we have kind of like a linear support structure under it. And with all that said, this one I bring down, I select all this into a folder. Thank you. And then we bring this over. Was it 80 multiplied by 3? That should actually work. Whoop, where is it? Where did it go to? There we are. Let's see. Yep, there it is. Beautiful. Cool. Okay. We don't need this one. We don't need this one. Let's go to here. Let's actually look into a table with tubular legs. So one more time. 16 inches. There we are. Then there we do the same. Flop. Okay. And I will go on to the sketch below because now I would like to yeah, create a sketch on there. There's a circle tool. There we are. Well, the 2 inches is kind of okay. There we are. And I will do a line to the center of this circle. Escape, escape. Then I select the line and I will select an edge of the body. Look, I can specify this should be 45 degrees. this line is just a construction helper. And it helps me to figure out how far this leg or tube is away from the left and the right side. So if I give this a dimension, let's say 4, this is actually kind of like 2 inches, so it's like 3, for example. Anyway, with this done, now we can go ahead and extrude this one down. Again, because we work with the grid and snapping and clean values, it's very easy to know when this really hits the ground. There it is. We could have some sort of system actually in there to screw everything in, but let's make this a tick nicer. So this one, this face, I move down by, let's say 1/4 inch. Then that face, I move up by 1/4 inch, but as a new body. And then I simply flange this one out to make this a tick bigger. Select all, union, thank you, unisolate. No. So this, for example, looks a little bit more stable. Because we started the first sketch, this one, add the Z center centered, and also from here centered, I can now use actually the mirror command to simply mirror everything over. And then now exactly that, they perfectly match. Here, actually, let's put all this together. And we have the next chair ready. Sorry, table. No? Let's put this into a folder. And then 80 multiplied by 4. There we are. Cool. Okay, look at that. 1 version, 2, 3, 4. And let's do one last actually. Okay, so show this one more time. We'll bring this over 16 inches. Very good. Hide this one. Then actually this should be 32, but I'm simply going to here to do this. And now I would like to actually have something that is below as a foundation, and then I would like to connect some legs which are angled. Okay, so what I will do is I go under this plate, create a sketch. I will select the from center and just draw something like this. We can make this actually even flush if we want to. I go in a little bit there. So this rectangle, now I need to think about the square tubing, how thick the diameter is. So 1.5 or 1.25, that is actually the diameter. Let's say 1 inch, new body. Then we select this, isolate, select top and bottom. And like we did this with the other object, we are going to shell everything 1.25, because I think this was 1 point. Oh, that's just 1 inch. Okay, good. Well, thanks to the history, let's fix this. By the way, if I go to a side view, section cut, you see this is solid. We use the shell to cut out the center. Oh, look at this. We select everything, go shell, and then we say 0.25. No, actually, we have actual square tubing. That's actually how fun it is to chain the modeling commands and then get really like realistic designs. Okay, there we are. So we have this now that is actually perfect. And now I need to have some sort of something where the legs go to. But maybe first I will think of where am I going to put the legs to. I have really no idea where they will be. So I will select this construction plane and then go to add plane and move this simply in a little bit. It doesn't really matter what value you have. That's kind of like the center of where our legs will be. Then on this, we're going to create a sketch. Beautiful. Okay, let's draw a line straight down like this. Perfect. We have here actually these intersection points. Thank you. Then this one we connect. Thank you. I would like to have a parallel line here. Thank you. So these two lines need to be parallel. What is actually their the diameter? That's actually the radius. So 1 inch. When we revolve this, this will be 2 inches. Very good. Here we will have a nice socket. So I'm going to create here also a circle like this. Okay. And then no, actually, wait, let's do this one more time. We can prototype this. So that's the center, goes to there. Yeah, that will be fine. And here I'm going to draw a line straight down. Okay, very good. Now we need to think about how we are finishing the bottom. I will go ahead and say, well, this point goes up. Between here, I'm going to draw a line. Now this should be a tube, so that has to be perpendicular. Whoa, oh, it's just rotated. Okay. And now I can look at that. Now rotate this one. Okay, so before we continue with the sketching, let's exit the sketch for a moment. Then I select all these. Actually, no, I just select this one and do a revolve. There's my leg. Then I need, yep, to select kind of like 1/4 of this circle and do a revolve. There is the socket. Okay, now we can see that, for example, this construction plane has to come further inwards, -4. Or, yeah, whatever. That's kind of like the nice prototyping. Okay, very good. Now, let's go back to the sketch. We can rotate this nicely around. This is actually quite cool. And now down here, I would like to have some sort of a socket also. Okay, so I draw a line down and then this line, we have a center point. That's here's kind of like the origin and escape. This line will be horizontal. Wait, you should stay there, be locked. And then this one and this one, these will be parallel. Whoa. No, you. Whoa, what's going on here? Okay. So first this one, let's say make 4. Now we can move this around. What is going on with that one? You stay vertical. Thank you. This is how we stabilize a sketch. So when we adjust it, everything adjusts the way how we predict. This lower point here, this one, we can move over a little bit more. Very good. So here's the edge of the table. If this is too far in, the table is not very stable. Easy peasy to figure that stuff out. Okay, now we do kind of like a nice fun socket here again. There we are. And a line up. This line needs to be vertical because now we have actually, as you can see here, another piece. That's actually how it could sit onto it. And now the last thing to figure out is how do we do this transition there? We can sketch it, or we can also simply use 3D modeling. We bring this one in as a new body, and then this we shrink. There. Very good. Okay. Now, and then this and this, for example, we join. Let's say that's actually the part of the foot. This is actually the leg. There, this is one piece. Okay. Very good. Now you see, that's actually super easy. and also how step by step you can go ahead and build everything. This construction plane can get even smaller. Very good. So the only thing maybe that I want to change is where this construction plane is, and then how do we make sure this doesn't like float in space? So we need to have some sort of connection there. How do we do this? That's actually easy. Work with the geometry you have. You can sketch everything, or we just simply use direct modeling to do everything. Look at this. I selected these faces I have. Oh wait, I can do this even easier. From here, extrude, zip, bring this over, I don't know, 6 inches as a new body. Yep, that is actually even equal. And then unisolate, isolate. And honestly, here I want this to be not a big block of steel. We're going to make this a sheet metal. There. Now that is being screwed together, then this can be screwed onto it, and that is actually the way how that stuff works. Okay, now all we need to do is select all this and do a mirror command. All these sketches I put into that folder, so they're gone. And wow, these feet are kind of ugly. Nah, it's okay. Everything here is really meant more to show you also that process. This is true speed modeling. But I cannot let these feet be the way how they are. There's actually a nice exercise to show you how we can fix stuff then. Well, maybe we make this simply smaller. Okay. Then here we have this element that is extruded out. So maybe 3 inches. Okay. That is actually way too big. So diameter 0.75. There. Yeah, that made it actually smaller. And now actually the feet look a little bit too silly. So one last refinement. We're going to bring actually this edge further down. There we are. You see how this extrusion also then changes. Very good. And then we can go back, select actually this surface. There we are. So we set this to be 1 centimeter for the diameter. Oh, this. Oh, no, wait. I would like to change this to be back, let's say like that. So 2.5 maybe in my case. And then the last thing to fix is how far do I extrude this one? 1.5 and close 1.3. Where is it? Let's peek. Yeah, that is actually better. Okay, beautiful. All this into one folder. There we are. Cool. Yeah, look at that. Now to do our correct alignment. So 1, 2, 3, 4, so 5. That means this thing we move over 80 inches multiplied by 5. So we have a nice history here. So from basic block to that, to that, to that, to that. Yeah, look at that. Pretty fun. Okay, cool. So here comes the bonus table. One last. Okay, here 16 inches. This one actually will be nicely detailed. That's going to be our crown jewel. There we are. And I'm going to select actually these very sharp and painful looking edges and round them a little bit. Yeah, let's say like this. Very good. Then I select this bottom edge and I do not round this, but I chamfer this. Let's say 1 inch. There, look at that. Quite nice, no? When we go to the chamfer, there we have actually two distances. If I say 0.25, there you see actually the top one is actually 0.25, so that goes up, and here 0.5. You can see how I can change actually the angle. If I go to 2, that's not going to work because at one point this circle here will be collapsed. So maybe I set this one to 0.75, go to a side view. So there you can see this is not 45-degree anymore. This is more at an angle. And then I can select U and U and U and say 0.1 and just round these edges. Beautiful. So now that's kind of like how you can create a tabletop that has rounded edges, and the bottom is filleted. Okay, then we go to the bottom, create a sketch there. We do have actually, because it's a rounded part, we don't have edges anymore. But look at this. Here and there, we have actually these snap points. And then we can make this horizontal, vertical. And then actually here, we, with this, can specify 90 plus 45. So 90 plus 45, that's 135. But just for the mathematically lazy people. Hey, we're designers, artists. We didn't go to math. There. And we make this a regular thing. So I have a nice 45-degree angle of this line. Why did I create this line? Because now I can go to construction plane and say a long edge at an angle. Select this one and say hello there. Maybe this one. No, you don't like this one. What about this? What about this one? Oh, that one is okay. This is actually the second click is a reference. So this line to this one is a reference. We rotate this one down 90 degrees. So you see now I have a construction plane that is 90 degrees there, and that we can create a new sketch. Okay, so we make a beautiful wood leg. Click, 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 go up, go back, go down, and escape. This one, and this one, and this one will be horizontally, vertically constrained. This can be 2 inches, that is fine. We see actually here are some intersections. I do not want, for example, to intersect with that sketch. But from here, it intersects with this arc. I can draw a line, and this line, I make construction and horizontal. And that's actually how I'm going to glue this sketch right under that table surface. This is now parallel to that. And then with this line, I can specify what's the distance. Cool. Okay. 1.5, maybe, I don't know. This is something we can play with later. Okay, the rest looks kind of fun. Okay, then let's take a look at 0.75. Okay, go symmetry. There we are. That looks kind of cool. Okay, these front edges I would like to round nicely. Then this one we round, and then we round this lop. The top ones we leave sharp. There has to be some sort of a mechanical element to connect this one under it. We skip this one. We kind of like build this actually in here in a similar way. So, same tool, mirror everything and mirror there. Beautiful. Oh, look at that. How long did this take to build actually? 2 minutes? Really fast. Okay. With all the stuff done, now let's go ahead to the visu. This is our default material. If we want things to look nice and glossy, here let's override this. It's going to be a nice and white table system. And then now, because everything is adjusted, now we can go ahead and start working on these individual tables. Let's say here, what type of wood do we want to use? Oak veneer or pine. That's up to you. We can also work with maple. Oh, maple maybe it's not bad. There we are. Not far for that. This could actually be a fun table to explore, being made out of the OSB material, and then the top surface that actually we seal with something different. We could even actually maybe play with this idea of, okay, what about the sides are actually treated too, so we put like a veneer over it. Oh, look at that. That's a nice fun material mix. Oh, hello there. You're good. Perfect. What do we do here? Maybe with this one, we say, look, what about actually here? We do like a layered material on the sides. What about, where's the bamboo one? It was here somewhere. Don't hide, I will find you. Of course, it's at the end. There. Cool. Okay. Because I do not have any fillets here, it's a very drastic material change. If we would have fillets, it would look actually much nicer now. Now you see here. Oh, this is actually pretty good. Cool. Okay. Yeah, beautiful. So maybe let's finish actually the other pieces here too. How do we do those? I really do like actually this mix here. So I will go ahead and with all those, simply select the sides, zack, zack, and zack, zack, and here too, and then change, and we use the bamboo, so it's exactly the same. Now we can do the metal. Let's go to metal. Very often that is powder coated. So if we scroll down, where is the powder coated material? There it is. And we can simply drag this one onto there. Here too, by the way. These legs have to be adjusted. They're way too flimsy. But that's not going to be much work since we can very easily fix this. Thanks to the history. Come on, double click to select everything. And then of course, now there's a crazy color here. Let's make this maybe white there. We could also here select this one and this one and this one. This is also all Poro code white. If we want, oh, actually, let's go with brushed aluminum for those legs, for example. And then the feet, there we go, plastic. And we, yeah, let's say we have some sort of a soft silicone material there, or it could also be a harder plastic. And then we just change the color. Don't work with black. There's no black in the real world. There. Yeah. Okay. This brush element looks a little bit funny. Let's maybe end this presentation, switch this rather to... Can we do polished? Yeah. Okay, beautiful. Now, and then we just go to environment, change maybe the environment. Actually, that also changes the reflections. Now everything here looks much better from there to there. Look at this. This really can have a huge, significant impact. And look at this beautiful, yeah, furniture exploration we did. And I mentioned this one needs to be adjusted. Okay, let's do this. Click this one. There's the history. The extrusion, we need to figure out what is doing what. Oh, that stuff is being being built there. Sure, it makes sense because later we move this over here, there, where we are extruding this one. Okay, so how do we do this? Fillet, fillet, fillet. After here, I will insert a breakpoint there. And now this, I say 2.5. And then I can quit this breakpoint and everything is updated. Cool. I'm glad actually I showed you this, how to fix that. Yeah, perfect. There is actually our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 quick ideation versions of how to make an office table. Good job.